This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Hello and welcome to the late night news on NEWS-NDTV Hindu. I'm Ramanathan. Our top stories tonight. NEWS-NDTV Hindu exposes a question paper leak at the Madras University. Vice Chancellor calls off the MCA exam. Students disappointed. Days after a Tamil fisherman dead in alleged attack by the Lankan Navy, DMK protests at the Sri Lankan High Commission. The AIDMK takes on the state healthcare system, organizes a mass protest outside the Government General Hospital. The Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board comes up with a new plan to convert hazardous waste into non-hazardous compost. And it's a D-Day for the bronze tonight at the FIFA World Cup as Germany faces Uruguay. Will Octopus Paul get it right this time? Well, those were the major stories we are tracking, but now a look at the top national stories. Sonia Gandhi raises concern over VIP security after 8-year-old boy dies due to the PM security arrangements. Days after Jagan starts his Udarpa Yatra, Rosia speaks out, says Jagan is young and needs advice. Curfew reimposed in parts of Kashmir. Omar Abdullah says army has not been used but is on standby. NCP ups the pressure on Congress, says unless party gives it more space, it will join other secular parties.
We would have liked to be with the Congress, but the Congress does not want us.
80 days to go for the Commonwealth Games. Players having no time to practice may take a hit on their medal tally. Well, our top story today, the Madras University MCA question paper leaked, exposed by NDTV Hindu. Well, imagine getting a sneak preview of your exam question paper on a television news channel hours before you sit to write it. Well, that's what happened to postgraduate students of computer application of the Madras University got to see on NDTV Hindu this morning. The object-oriented programming and C++ paper was up for sale. One of our sources sent it to our newsroom. After initial verification, we telecast the paper in public interest ahead of the exam. Rattled, university officials confirmed that this was indeed a copy of the original paper, postponed the exam and have now ordered an inquiry. Sanjay Pinto, Peer Mohammed and Pratiksha Ramkumar uncovered this racket.
2,000 rupees, sources say, was all you needed to have a copy of this object-oriented programming and C++ question paper mailed to your email account before the exam. So when news of the question paper leak was broken on NDTV Hindu this morning,
alleged scandal of sale of question papers for a price a day ahead of the University of Madras's MCA exams is exposed to NDTV Hindu by some sources.
the Madras University Vice Chancellor and his team went into a huddle. A few hours later came this announcement.
I am cancelling the examination, which is scheduled to be held today afternoon. I am ordering for an inquiry.
Last week's sources say the accountancy paper was also leaked. So at what point is the malpractice taking place?
We dispatched the respective centers some 3 or 4 days in advance to the date of the examination.
623 students turned up at the exam centers. I'm standing at the Urban Matriculation School and as you can see it's completely deserted. These are the exam hall where the exam was supposed to be conducted. And the invigilators who spoke to NDTV Hindu said that there were parents waiting here, there were pregnant women waiting here from literally 8 in the morning to write this exam. Those who studied hard are understandably peeved.
First, office leave போட்டு வரோம் லீவ் கிடைக்காது ரெண்டாவது நாங்க படிச்சிட்டு வந்து டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணி வந்திருக்கோம் இங்க நல்ல ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி இல்ல நோட்டீஸ் போர்டு மட்டும் தான் எங்களுக்கு வந்து சோர்ஸ்
யார் வேணாலும் டிகிரி வாங்கிடலாம் அந்த மாதிரி கோர்ஸ் போயின்னு இருக்கு ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த மாதிரி இல்லாமல் இந்த மாதிரி இந்த லீக் ஆகுது அப்படின்லாம் இந்த வந்து சேஸ் பண்ணி பாஸ் ஆகுறது அதெல்லாம் இல்லாமல் இருந்தால் நல்லாயிருக்கும்.
NDTV Hindu telecast the paper only in public interest.
Madras University has to be congratulated. Dr. Tiruvasakam should be congratulated for, in fact, not sweeping things under the carpet as most people normally do.
The big question doing the rounds in the corridors of the Senate building is whether this is just a one-off case of cheating or a wider racket. In Chennai, with Sanjay Pinto and Peer Mohammed, this is Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Now, Dr. Shanmuga Velayudham, a very reputed educationist and also the chairperson of the Board of Studies at the Loyola College, joined us and told us that there are various sources within the system where this could happen, and this point towards the internal mess in the education system.
Recruitment, it's a matter of policy, it's a matter of staff. That is all these things are also matter. Nowadays what happened, there is a corruption in all the system. It is also percolated to the education system, but in the education system this type of corruption should not be there. See what happened if there is education system is a corruption, this type of leakage, this type of minting money, that will happen there. Previously I know about this more than 30-40 years before. There is a problem called paper chasing. Now because of central valuation, this may not happen, but now this may be another form of this malpractice happened there.
Well, moving on to our other top story, the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu today stepped up pressure on the centre and the Lankan government to act against the attacks and killing of Indian fishermen from Tamil Nadu straying into Lankan waters. The party's cadre staged a protest outside the Sri Lankan Deputy High Commission in Chennai days after a fisherman from the state allegedly died after an attack by the Lankan Navy in Indian waters. Following a strong letter from Chief Minister Karunanidhi, the centre had assured intervention. Although Sri Lanka had earlier agreed to treat those who stray into waters in a humane way and proceed against them legally, the attacks on Indian fishermen continues.
தொடர்ந்து தமிழக மீனவர்கள் பாதிக்கப்படுகிறார்கள், உயிரை பறிக்கிறார்கள், உடைமையை எடுத்துக் கொள்கிறார்கள். இந்த நிலை தொடர்கிற காரணத்தால் இது கடைசி எச்சரிக்கையாக இருக்க வேண்டும். இந்த செய்தியை இலங்கை அரசுக்கு எட்ட வேண்டும். இலங்கை அரசுக்கு இது எச்சரிக்கையாகவும் நம்முடைய அரசு, நம்மளை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டிய அரசு, நம்மளை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டிய எல்லா அதிகாரத்தையும் வைத்திருக்கிற மத்திய அரசு கருணை உள்ளத்தோடு இந்த பாதிக்கப்பட்ட மீனவர்களின் குடும்பத்தை காப்பாற்றுவதற்கு முன்வர வேண்டும்.
Now, as these DMK men protest here against the killing of Tamil fishermen by the Lankan Navy, a minister of the Lankan administration has said that the Indian and Lankan governments should solve this problem by signing an MOU and coming together.
இந்திய அரசாங்கத்திற்கும் இலங்கை அரசாங்கத்திற்கும் இடையிலே ஒரு ஒப்பந்தத்தை செய்து கொள்வதன் மூலம் இந்த மீனவர்கள், அப்பாவி மீனவர்கள் தாக்கப்படுவது, இந்த அப்பாவி மீனவர்கள் கொலை செய்யப்படுவது, தொழிலுக்காக சிறு வருமானத்திற்காக அவர்கள் தாக்கப்படுகின்றார்கள். அவர்கள் புரிந்துணர்வுடன் ஏற்பட ஒரு ஒப்பந்தம் செய்து கொள்ளப்பட வேண்டும். இலங்கை கடல் எல்லையில், இந்திய கடல் எல்லையிலே 2 நாட்டுக்குமான படைகள் நிறுத்தப்பட்டு அந்த மீனவர்களுக்கான வசதிகள் செய்து கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும்.
Now, with the Indian and the Tamil Nadu government ushering the Sri Lankan administration for the quick resettlement of the internally displaced Lankan Tamils, a minister of the Lankan government today has categorically said that the immediate resettlement of the 40,000 Lankan Tamils in the western province will not be possible now due to landmines. Speaking at a farmers' exhibition in Vellore, the Lankan minister from the western province for animal husbandry and agriculture has said that the 35-year-long armed struggle has just come to an end, and only after the demining is done can everyone be resettled.
ஒரு கஷ்டமான வழி. மீள்குடியேற்றம் என்று கூறுகின்ற போது மீள்குடியேற்றத்திலே கணக்கு பிரச்சனைகள் இருக்கின்றன. அந்த பிரதேசத்தில் இருக்கின்ற கண்ணிவெடிகள் அகற்றப்பட வேண்டும். அந்த பிரதேச மக்கள் வாழ்வதற்கான ஒரு சீரமைப்பு செய்யப்பட வேண்டும். அப்போதுதான் அந்த மக்களை அங்கே குடியமர்த்த முடியும். அது மாத்திரமல்ல, அங்கே மக்களை கொண்டு நிலத்திலே விடுகின்ற போது அவர்களுக்கான தற்காலிக கொட்டைகள் அமைத்துக் கொடுக்க வேண்டும். பொது வசதிகள் செய்து கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும். அவ்வாறு செய்கின்ற போது அவர்களுக்கு மிக விரைவிலே நிரந்தர வீடுகள் அமைத்துக் கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும். இதற்கான ஒழுங்குகளை செய்கின்றது அது ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு விடயம்.
Well, time to slip on a short break, but after that, power shortage and fuel price rise in the sad state of government hospitals. That's the opposition is crashing on 2 days after Amma slammed the DMK government for pathetic conditions of government hospitals in the state. The AIDMK organized a massive rally alleging the shortage of medicines, lack of facilities and staff. Nitila brings us more.
It is perhaps the country's first hospital, set up over 300 years ago. It was regarded as one of the best hospitals in Asia. But things are quite different now. At least that's what Amma's cadres are alleging.
அரசு பொது மருத்துவமனை, ஸ்டான்லி மருத்துவமனை மற்றும் தமிழகத்தில் உள்ள மருத்துவமனைகளின் அவல நிலைமையும் தரமான சிகிச்சை கிடைக்கவில்லை என்ற காரணத்தினால் இந்த ஆர்ப்பாட்டம் நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த ஆர்ப்பாட்டத்தின் முக்கிய காரணமே தரமான சிகிச்சை கிடைக்கவில்லை என்பதுதான். அதுக்கு காரணம் பிளானிங் கிடையாது. ரெண்டாவது இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் கிடையாது. அதுக்கு அடுத்தபடியாக இன்னும் போனீங்கன்னா அதுக்கு இருக்கிற அமைச்சர் செயல்பாடு அற்றவர். அது வேற எதுவே கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணுகிறார் ஒழிய இந்த சுகாதாரத்துறையை பற்றி அவர் நினைப்பதே இல்லை. இப்படிப்பட்ட சீர்கேடுகளினாலும் இப்படிப்பட்ட அவல நிலைமையில தான் இந்த மருத்துவமனைகள் இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றன.
Over the past 1 year, the Government General Hospital has been diagnosed with a lot of problems. Lack of oxygen cylinders, dysfunctional AC units at the morgue, cath lab equipment and angiogram under repair, bio-waste dumping, shortage of grade 4 staff. But hospital authorities say efforts are being taken to improve the infrastructure.
At present in GH there is no lack of oxygen. Oxygen being supplied through pipes, that is central oxygen supply. There is no cylinder form. Regarding angiogram, another 6 to 8 weeks it will be functioning.
While it is political sparring at the forefront, in reality it is a common man that bears the brunt of lack of facilities. In Chennai, Nithila, NDTV Hindu.
Well, breaking news just coming in. 3 cases have been registered against Director Shriman for making inflammatory speeches and hurting religious sentiments. He is likely to be arrested anytime now. For more on that, we are now joined by our political reporter Shabir Ahmed. Shabir, go ahead. Tell us what more you can tell us at this point of time.
Well, just the initial information we are getting from our sources is that 3 FIRs have been registered against Director Seeman, who is heading the Naam Tamilar Iyakam party, for making inflammatory speeches and hurting religious sentiments. That is what which has been told by our sources. In fact, we spoke to some of the top leaders in Naam Tamilar party. In fact, they told us that Seeman, right now, he is not present there at his residence. But in fact, they also say that there were some moves being state managed by the administration, by the government, to arrest him under various sections for making inflammatory speeches. That is what they have also received. But we have to get some more confirmation on whether he will be arrested tonight or whether it will be deferred till tomorrow. In fact, what we have been told by some of our other sources is that Seeman had actually made some remarks against the Indian government, as well as his speech in the agitation which was staged at the collectorate this morning to condemn the Sri Lankan attitude towards the UN panel which has been set up to investigate the alleged genocide in the Sri Lanka during the time of war. In fact, Shriman has made some harsh statements on that, and in fact, he has also criticized the Indian government and Tamil Nadu government on that particular issue. So that is something perhaps they are now looking for, and 3 cases have been registered, one in Tirupur and one in Chennai, and in fact, we have to get some more details about this entire issue, Ram.
Right, Shabir, thanks a lot for joining us with those latest details. We'll of course let you go and get more details now. It could be big news if Shriman is indeed arrested tonight. Well, time to slip into a short break, but on the other side, we tell you how railway stations will turn out to be your new hangout place in Chennai.